Hi, everybody.
Hey everybody, welcome to TFT, Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
Sunshine Boy here. Look at that bright yellow. And me, Banshee.
It's the only yellow shirt I have.
Welcome to our happy hour show. So you get the single card message from Spirit. We're happy here today. Sorry, I was almost late. I was watching the unhappy arraignment of the parents of the school shooter in Oxford. They were found this morning.
In Detroit.
Well, at any rate, it's happy hour, and I'm not going to talk about
There you
that.
go.
We'll let the law enforcement do their thing. I'm not going to feed the media frenzy. At any rate, welcome to the show. We have a reading for the collective with The Sacred Destiny Oracle by Denise, Lynn. Been reading with the, what is it, the Sacred Traveler, I believe? And this is The Sacred Destiny. All right. It's a big mess, Angel. Sure is.
Kitties.
Hey, Mila. Good to see you.
The cats are acting up.
Well, there's not much I can do from here.
I know. I have to finish my coffee first.
Okay, they may kill each other by then.
We
but
hope not.
Okay.
We hope not.
Hey, Tarot and T. Good to see you.
Oh, hi, guys. Hi, everybody. Hi, Mila.
Okay, I got Mila on the list as well.
So this is our collective pool. Not too bad, not too bad. I think I got a good night's sleep, which I don't always.
You know, I got something to show you, Tarot and T. You might like this. It's kind of funny. Cut him, Mr. O. It's right here, so...
Oh, okay. What's that? Oh.
It
Oh,
says T and Tarot. It's by, I believe they're a local artist. You remember?
We got this at the Wyandotte, right?
Yeah, no. We got that at one of our pagan events.
Oh, okay. That's pretty. Let's just leave it there.
No, let me have that a moment, please, because I wanted to look at the back. If I'm going to show something, oh, darn, her name is not on the back, but it's Zaro. Zaro is the name. Zaheroux, and I believe we might have them in our credits because we've used some of the artwork before.
Oh, I agree. I'm going to put that there, I guess.
Okay.
Why not?
All right.
It doesn't show all of it, but, it's nice.
All right.
Yeah, nice artist. Okay, so the card for the collective is security.
Funny how we get that on this day when I'm watching this trial proceedings going on. But anyway, let's see what security has to say. So, in ancient times, our forebears took refuge in caves. It was there that they could seek shelter from the weather and be protected from predators and enemies. The cave offered a safe place to prepare food, sleep, heal, and build community. Caves were also the places where sacred spiritual ceremonies occurred, evidenced by cave drawings and altars that had been built along the ledges. Symbolically, caves often represent a secret pathway to the underworld, the divine womb of Mother Earth and the Sacred Heart. Also, caves can be energy portals for shamans or other spiritual explorers. The sacred landscape wants you to know you are safe and protected. No matter what is occurring in your life, you are in safe hands. Those in the realm of spirit are watching over you. You can relax and let go. Once you've taken measures to protect yourself and those you love, such as making sure everyone has their seatbelt on in the car, making sure your insurance is paid on time, or replacing the filter on your heating unit, then let it go. If you have been hypervigilant lately, take a break, relax, know that all is well. You can turn it all over to the Creator. And it's really funny because our card of the day was the Nine of Cups. And it talks about everything being well right now. All is well in the world. And for those of you joining us today, know that Spirit has your back right now. They're here protecting you.
Hi, Exploring with Fluffy. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, Exploring with Fluffy. Good to see you. Welcome.
Thank you, Tarot and T. And
hello, Alina.
And I have repositioned the print so that we can see it a little better.
And did I miss anybody
There we
else?
go.
Sonali had come in. Okay,
Yes, Sonali came in.
All right.
Hi,
That's
Alina.
one I did miss. Let me get that in the right order.
Hmm.
Okay, so what we are doing today is a single card message from Spirit. Yeah, I know, Gina. This is really an appropriate card.
Hi, Kara.
Especially from my community. So I don't know if, that energy from me popped up. Because there's so much going on in Michigan right now. Our COVID rates are skyrocketing. They're going to up past 9,000 a day now.
We probably have the highest in the nation.
And then, of course, we have the Oxford shooting. So I hear that. And I think this is a very positive sign that says Spirit is with us. We should always call upon them. All right. Well, let's move on. And we're using the Light Seers Tarot today. We're reading all the cards in the upright position for the messages from Spirit. And so I've got a list. Let's go through the list. We start with Gina, Jackie, Angel Rivera, Mila, Sonali, Tarot and T, Exploring with Fluffy, and Alina.
Alrighty, everyone. Oh, look, somebody just subscribed.
Yay!
Thank you, Exploring with Fluffy. Aww.
Aww! And I'm so glad our little widget worked. It's kind of back and forth. And by the way, everybody, we had been
Congratulations for joining us.
experiencing some internet problems. We may still have it. So if we do go down, we will come back. So just watch for us to return. Nobody can get to the bottom of the problem, but it seems like it's been happening less and less. So fingers crossed today. I didn't want to jinx myself, but I felt I should mention it since we have new people here today.
And besides subscriber Cartoon Kitty
Kara!
Exploring with Fluffy, we have the Sunman, our very own mascot, Mr. Sunny, who often barges onto the set and does what he will.
Sunman has arrived. I have to make a little room for him. And let me get Kara on the list after Alina.
I saw Kara when she came in. Good morning.
All right, so I'm cutting, right? You shuffled
Yeah,
first?
I shuffled,
Saw
so
that.
you're cutting.
And I'll let you pull the card, Mr. O.
Must be some of that eclipse energy going on too, right? There's an eclipse today.
Yeah.
Okay, Gina, here you go. And we have the Five of Swords.
Uh-oh.
So when you're, baking today, like you mentioned, be careful with those kitchen knives.
Yes.
Too many cooks, that's also indicated here too. You don't want too many cooks.
This is happy hour. And
okay, right.
The Five of Swords is often a difficult card to read, but if anybody can handle Five of Swords energy, Gina, Spirit is saying it's you. You know when to walk away from no-win situations. You know when it's time to say, I have to let something go and walk away with your integrity intact rather than stooping to somebody else's level. So I think the Five of Swords is honoring your integrity today.
Sometimes you can get a lot from the different visual interpretation of a card. And so I look at this and I say, well, this is sort of like the modern Odin. There he is, and he's got one of his ravens on his shoulder, memory or whatever the other one is, thought. And I think with the pictures in the background, this is saying that, you can deal with a lot of conflict by not dealing with it. Like, listen to the wisdom in your ear and, let the other discordians fly off.
Yep. Yep. And so Spirit says, job well done. Continue on.
Hi, Violet.
Because it's more important, what constitutes a win? A win is not when you just defeat somebody and see them grovel.
God in memory, thank you.
A win is, doing what's right and doing things with integrity. And Spirit honors that in you.
Sonali, don't worry, you are on the list. Whoops. We have you in your correct order.
I did mention your name on the list, Sonali. I'll go through the list again. Remember, in between every reading, I reread the list. So let's move on to Jackie is next on our list. And then Angel Rivera, Mila, Sonali, Tarot and T, Exploring with Fluffy, Alina, Kara, and Violet Lotus.
All right. So Jackie says she's had kind of an interesting week.
Okay. I missed some of
that. Was earlier, yeah. Let's see what good message you
Violet
get.
Lotus, I have you on the bottom of the list, so we'll get to you.
We absolutely have time for you.
Okay, let's see what the message from Spirit is on Jackie. I'm curious too. Mr. O may shuffle and cut for me.
And, I like the happy hour. I like doing this in the morning. I like the afternoon one. I think we're just trying to conquer all the time zones. So after we get really good at this, we're going to try to come up with one, like dead of night message. It'll be like 2 a.m. our time. So that'll be really cool for a lot of other people around the world that drop in. We do get a number of people from other time zones, many time zones away, like Sonali or others. So we love that. We appreciate that. But I don't know for sure that we are going to do Dead of Night.
We've got an interesting pop-up coming up for December, besides the fact that I still feel we owe a past life one. But
we do, and we should just figure out how to do it.
All right. Wow. Well, we're getting some interesting cards today. Jackie, you have the Emperor card.
Oh, okay.
You have the Emperor card. So I get the feeling that this is a week where maybe, you've been able to take the lead on something, or you feel like everything is coming together now. Your kingdom, Spirit is saying, is in more control. I hope that's true. Or Spirit is saying now is the time for that. Now is the time to, assert yourself, but assert yourself in positive ways and lead by positive example.
And what I like the most about this card is he has his fingers casually touching. He's not really holding it, but he's casually touching a chess piece. I don't know if that's the bishop or what that is. But to me, it suggests that this is more of a thinker kind of emperor, somebody who's looking at things ahead and maybe also behind, because, of course, that's a skull, is behind him. And, of course, that to me represents maybe that which has passed. But he's mindful of it. That's why it's there. So it's somebody who's a strategist kind of emperor, somebody who really knows how to plan ahead. And that's what the Spirit message is for you, is saying, think about what you can do. Some things maybe are more possible than others, but think about where you've been and what you can do and how you can plan.
He thinks it might be the king in chess, Angel said.
It would seem to be a more appropriate idea.
Well, and
I'm not much of a chess person.
It is interesting to me because on one level, what I think it depicts in a way is this responsibility he has, his people. He can control things that could be a matter of life and death for his people. And also the big round globe behind him there is like, he is the ruler of his land. And so Spirit is saying it's time for you to take charge of things, and make sure everything is right in your world, for all that may be affected by, the things that you manage. And so that's what we have for you.
That's what we have for you, Jackie. Thanks for joining us.
Angel Rivera, you are up.
Angel, do I have time to go get a cup of coffee? I do.
He'll just make the time. So while he's doing that and has departed, let me just say my Material Matters will be showing up tomorrow at 10 a.m. I'm always in the chat room for that video. We premiere it. So do come and say hi and sip coffee with me and find out what's happening for the elemental signs of the zodiac in the week ahead in the business and financial world. And we have a good time in the chat on that show, I think. I kind of try to embellish the readings a little bit there that I've done. All right. Hey, you're welcome, Jackie. I hope that resonated.
You're welcome.
All right. So you are shuffling first this time.
Okay.
That's why I waited for you. Was that right? Yeah, it is right. Not that it's like ironclad or anything.
Yes, Jackie, the only reward for hard work is more hard work. Don't we all know that?
So, if you feel some things are falling into place as well, the Emperor could be about that too, But you have a role there. Or, yeah, you have a role there. I'm pretty sure it's you that the Emperor is depicting and not somebody else.
Alrighty.
All right. Let's see what we have. Ooh, Angel Rivera. You have the 10 of Pentacles.
Oh, nice.
Spirit is saying there's a lot to be gained from, your connections and your ties with family, tradition, your heritage, your ancestors. I think all of that, is depicted in the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's that financial element, there's that materiality, but I really feel when I look at this picture, I think of legacy and I think of the bond of family.
Right. I'm looking everywhere. Number one, it's almost like it's a giant pizza pie with, the tree of life on there. I don't know if those are anchovies or just pieces of onion.
You are silly.
But the lights overhead. This is the idea that Spirit is saying this is a time to really honor, even if only inwardly, what the foundation of your family and legacy means to you.
Right,
continuity, all the generations.
Right. I think that's often what really stands out with me when I see the 10 of Pentacles. And, as a single card draw, that's what draws me generally, unless I get another intuitive punch. And I feel Spirit is saying this is a time to dive in and, or maybe even honor them in some way at this dark time, of the year.
There's always enough to share. Especially if you're the one cutting the pieces.
So that's what we have for you, Angel. That's a real nice card. I like the 10 of Pence. Hey, Mila, you are up. And then Sonali, Tarot and Tea, Exploring with Fluffy, Alina, Kara, Violet Lotus, and Lena. Am I shuffling first this time? Yes, I am. Of course I am. And Sunny is looking at the world upside down.
You're welcome, Angel. All right, Melia.
All right. Shuffle. Sunny is just laid back.
So yes, we are thinking of having, hopefully, we got to squeeze it in, figure it out, a past lives segment. I'll have to get with her and we'll just fine tune it. But we've kind of picked a date for a special Christmas time.
Well, Christmas time pop-up, which will be a 3-card reading.
Yes.
That's all I want to say about it, but it has to be done on
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, just because of the nature of what we're doing.
Yes.
There will be more forthcoming about that, so stay tuned for more details. So if you're available on Christmas Eve, stay tuned for a fun broadcast. Okay, Mila, we have the Four of Pentacles here. Interesting card. Have I been going first all the time? Is it your turn? You can go ahead with that.
Okay. Spirit is saying this is a time now to consider your resources, and maybe to think about where you're planning ahead. Like I said before, I like the images on some tarot decks, and the Light Seers is a very big one in that regard because they really give you some other things to think about. You know, she's holding on to her purse, but off to the side of her is what looks like a little small town or village or whatever. And I'm thinking this is a person who's saying, I'm planning for something to do with this. I'm planning for my trip to the village bazaar, you know, or whatever it is. I'm planning for somebody else. I'm saving money so that somebody can go to school in the town, you know, something like that. So it's really about saving resources with purpose in mind. I think there's a strong sense of purpose here.
Spirit is also indicating to me that how much, you know, they're asking you, how do you value your resources at this time? And to, you know, to do them justice by being, you know, what you have accrued, be proud of where you are in life, you know, whether you still have a ways to go. But the point is to value what you have now and honor it, you know, because if you value what you have, you're inviting increase. And so Spirit is saying, be a good steward to what you have gained so far, and, you know, you will reap further rewards as depicted by I think the fields, right? The fields look like there might be more harvest to be had, you know?
It could very well be.
Yeah.
So I think this is a good sign for you because, of course, you're in a new situation right now. And so I think this is just saying, you know, be mindful, Spirit saying, of just really taking in for yourself and purposing and thinking of purpose.
Hey, that's what we have for you. That's what's popped up today.
Well, it won't be exclusively about Sunny, but I do have this little clip of Sunny with the Christmas hat. I think it was from last year. And he had a Christmas Santa hat on, and he did not like it. And so there's like this 10 furious seconds of him trying to flip off the hat.
We may have a picture or something of Sassy in the hat, right?
We have a picture of Sassy in the hat.
So we probably could, but forget Shadow. There's no way Shadow will ever wear anything. It'd have to be an army to put it on Shadow. Shadow, the black fluffy one that you see in the end credits, I think, and occasionally on set. Very rarely. Is the beautiful assassin. Sonali, you are up. I just wanted to say, Sonali, okay. It is your turn. All then right. Tarot and Tea, Exploring with Fluffy, Alina, Kara, Violet Lotus, and Lena. Okay. She's a beautiful assassin because she's a totally beautiful cat, but she will bite and hurt people. We had to stop taking her to a place to get her claws clipped because she just deteriorated. She just would not handle it, and she started biting the person, even with a mask on to keep her from biting, like some little mini muzzle. The cone. It just wouldn't work. Oh, man. And so we decided, you can have your claws. Do I shuffle? I think so, and you cut for me, yes. Because you pulled the last card, I believe. Or did I? I don't remember. You know, it's all good. You took us off on cat tangents. I do that. I know. All right, so you can pull us back. Pulling back. Pulling back. All right. Ooh, oh, my gosh. This is for Sonali. It's a repeat card, Sonali. Oh, okay. So, Sonali, you have the Emperor, and I think Spirit is saying you have to work at being in charge. You have to work at expressing the idea that you have authority or autonomy where you do have it, or where you are trying to achieve it. But I think it's also saying be mindful of your past. That's what I'm getting always from that skull hanging there. And also think about how you can really plan or systemize, things. A good emperor has a sense of process, I guess. And so this is saying be mindful of the steps you need to take
in trying, to have more control in your world.
Well, Sonali, I feel Spirit is saying this is a time where you can regain some control over your affairs and your life in general, and that, with it comes, a bigger responsibility. And I know, it seems to me you've had a lot of responsibility in this past year. Spirit may, in fact, be honoring that. But again, what it's saying is now that you have been through, some of these difficult times, you've come out of it with more abilities to lead, for that matter, to lead yourself forward, now to better times and better things. So I feel this is saying use these leadership, use the things that you have learned from surviving, this COVID year, this past year or two, and move yourself now forward in a more positive direction, because now it's like where it may have been tough to be put in that responsible position before. Look at how lightly he's holding that pawn there. Again, or that king, like Mr. O said. Now leadership, it's like you're almost like you're ready for whatever the world has to throw at you now. You will be able to manage this, Spirit says. Trust yourself in your ability to lead yourself through anything. And that's what we have for you. And I wish you luck with that, Sonali.
Good luck. Thank you.
All right. Tarot and Tea is up. Tarot and Tea, and then Exploring with Fluffy, Alina, Kara, Violet Lotus, and Lena.
Your one card message from Spirit. Yes. And if you are rather new or don't remember, we have our regular live streams on Thursdays and Sundays. These are 2-hour ones where we do a little bit more of a reading for people. You can ask a question, and we'll throw several cards, and usually we'll almost always supplement with a Lenormand, the other oracle that we use. And those are Thursdays 7 to 9 p.m., Sundays 2 to 4. All right.
Is that supposed to cut?
That's okay. I'll cut and you can put it together. I did shuffle, in fact.
Okay.
You're coming up soon, Alina.
Okay. It's the King of Pentacles.
Oh.
My goodness. I kind of like this card. He's, this reminds me in a way of the deck that I use, but it's a lot simpler for my Material Matters deck. This king, look at him slouching there, relaxed in his chair, his comfy chair, holding on to that pentacle. It's almost as if this is a time of really stability now in your financial and material realm. I feel like this is going to be productive for you and possibly a lucrative time for you.
Well, once again, I'm struck by the idea that there's something Odin-ish about this. Yes. Only whereas that was young man Odin, maybe, or Huan or Munin on least to young man Odin. This one is more mature, and I feel like that idea of the animal there, whether it's a wolf or a dog, it looks more like a wolf to me, I guess, I don't know, is sort of like that connection to the primal animal world, the world of nature. So you're grounded. Spirit says be grounded in the sense of nature and or the majesty of the earth. These are magnificent creatures: lions, wolves, deer, camels, whatever they are, toads. These are the emblems of nature.
Well, it's interesting, wolf or dog. I mean, if it's a dog, it's almost as if it's saying, the king The king remains loyal to his people. The king is trustworthy. The king is somebody that people can rely upon. If it's a wolf, it's even, it's even a little bit more like the king is a trusted teacher and mentor to others. So, this is like maybe also, what spirit is acknowledging in you right now, the fact that you are able to help others and mentor them in some way.
There you go.
So this is very positive, and Spirit is acknowledging that this could be leading to a very not just a growthful time, but where, you have grown. I mean, the growth is there. And so now you need to recognize and understand that you have this position of responsibility, to share your knowledge and wisdom and gifts with others.
You're welcome, and thanks for coming today. And thank you for chipping in with the Odin wisdom. Those of you who have, I think that was you, Kara, just now. Maybe the other was outside using the potty. I don't know.
Exploring with Fluffy is up now, and then Alina,
Exploring with Fluffy,
Kara, Violet, Lotus, and Lena. And I think
it's no, I shuffle first.
That's right. I just didn't cut. I know.
You're very welcome. Yay. Thank you, Tarot and T. Appreciate that.
Thanks so much.
Very
so
sweet.
Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody. Our chats are just a wonderful community in and of itself. Everybody is so great here.
That's just in case you need some good health, because that looks like the Red Cross symbol. You know what I mean, right?
Okay. I don't know.
I didn't mean you. I meant the universal you.
Doesn't it matter if I know what you mean? It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter because it never changes anything.
Anyway. Sonny, I have some exciting couple of Christmas toys for you. I'm thinking of bringing them out. One that might occupy you.
Thank you. I hope you love your reading. We're doing your one card pull right now.
Yep.
So I hope you appreciate it. Thanks again for subscribing. Appreciate that. All right, Banshee, I'm cutting.
Yes.
Cutting loose.
Okay. Well, my, it's another court card. We have the Queen of Swords this time for you, Exploring with Fluffy. Wow, such a not serious name, but in a way, such a serious card. The Queen of Swords, I don't know if you're, I don't know if you're in class or a student or maybe teaching others right now, but the Queen of Swords could have that part to them. They're very analytical, and I feel that Spirit is saying now is a time to really utilize, or maybe you have been already, the mind over the gut in a way. I always feel when I see the Queen of Swords, it's time to think more logically and practically about the matters in your life right now. So Spirit is saying, use your head over your heart this time. Use your head over your gut reactions to discern, what you need to know to move forward.
And I like this card either way. Even when it's reversed, it's really talking about a person who's going to do the right thing, make the right choices, see what the wisdom is, what the good is, what the bad is. But when it's upright, it's also like maybe you really have the support of everybody around you. You have the will or the consent of those who want you to make this decision, or who see you as capable of making these decisions, as capable of moving your agendas the way that they should be. So Spirit is really saying it's kind of like you're a leader, and what the directions you probe into are the ones that benefit the most people, or theoretically can. And if only for the good of yourself, Spirit says you are leading the way and you are making the right choices.
Spirit is acknowledging your abilities at this time to be objective, non-judgmental, impartial in your decisions. And, this is what makes people true leaders, to understand, that all stories in life, wherever people come from, whatever has been done, there's always more than one side and one angle to look at things. And you are very, very aware and alert about that. And it will serve you well right now.
So that's what we have. Your message from Spirit.
Good luck with that.
Good luck, and thanks again.
Hey, Alina, you are up next. And then Kara, Violet Lotus, and Lena. I think it's your turn.
All right. You're very welcome. Hope you loved it.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
You still had that on you? That's so silly. He was sleeping with this ball on his chest I was playing with him with.
Give it one more shuffle, Alina, and we're ready. Well, now she's got to shuffle.
Now I have to shuffle. That's right, Mr. O.
Yesterday, I did my emotional exchanges, which is my weekly outlook. Emphasis on love or strong relationships. It's a one-card pull for each sign of the zodiac. So you can check that out here on our YouTube channel. Hey, baby.
Look at him.
I see you there. You're so sweet. Look at you. Aww. He's our boy. He is our boy.
He's the star of the show.
I think so.
I think so. It's like he knows when we're going to start, and he knows when he's got to be here.
All right.
On set.
So for Alina, we have the Ace of Swords.
A lot of swords coming up today, I've noticed in the reading too. So it's interesting.
I like this
Pentacles and
card
swords.
because I think this is saying that from the depths of your mind, from the depths of your will, comes a force. Maybe it's propelling you into new directions. Spirit is saying being open to this message or this light coming to you, showing you the way to future victories. This is a good time to start new projects, I think Spirit is saying. This is a good time to try to achieve more.
I feel like this is really interesting because swords to me are very analytical, mind-oriented cards here. But let's look at this picture. In this Ace of Swords, we see light that it is either coming from the mind or coming down from spirit to the mind. How do we want to look at that? I feel in this reading today, Alina, that maybe you are channeling messages from spirit that are going to assist you. Spirit is wanting to say that you are on a path right now that could lead to some successful outcome, a victory of sorts in your life. Maybe you know what this is now, or maybe you don't know what this is now.
I think there's an answer to that question about whether it's coming or going, because it sort of almost looks like it's both. Like there's something coming.
There's an exchange.
There's an exchange. And so this is saying you are open to receiving from Spirit, but you are also producing your own. You are also sending out your own light.
Yeah. So really interesting interpretation of the Ace of Swords here in this one. And I feel as though that, yes, logic prevails, cutting to the chase and just focusing on your goals are very important right now, Spirit says, and you have what it takes to achieve a great victory at this time. So, woo, good luck with that.
All right,
awesome.
Alina. And I see Sile has joined us. Good morning from
Hi,
us
Sile.
here.
I'll add you to the list. It's shorter now. We're on Kara right now, and then Violet Lotus, Lena, and then you, Sile.
Very nice. I'm glad if you like that. All right, Kara.
Okay, Kara.
Kara, I saw the most wonderful thing on Facebook. It was somebody from that Fiber Magic group. They showed a fiber.
Oh my gosh!
A fiber, like
a quilt Christmas tree, a crocheted quilt Christmas tree.
It was just like just a tree, and it had all the little panels.
It was so cool. Kara, the Fiber Magic book we gave away. I think I have to shuffle. Right?
Okay, that's what I thought too. Yes, Kara was the winner of our Fiber Magic book a couple weeks ago.
So it was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really awesome. You'll probably see it again.
Maybe you could post it to Twitter.
I could probably do that, yeah.
Share it.
It almost looked like a quilt, but it must be crocheted.
Yeah, it's crocheted squares, but it had that appearance. It was cool. Very, very cool.
I'm thinking, that's my kind of Christmas tree. Okay, Kara. We have the Ten of Wands. You know, I rarely see this one from this deck.
Well, and I rarely see, I have seen it, but you're right, not that often in this deck. And I also have rarely seen it on Happy Hour, because the Ten of Wands speaks of, look at it, it's like carrying burdens, but this one looks like it's got a slightly different twist, maybe, because it looks like there's some help here, doesn't it, Mr. O?
It does, and to me, the overall feeling is like this is saying, Spirit says, I have work for you. I have some things that will feel like obligations, but I am also willing to share you with that, because I am taking you on a path, on a journey, and the journey is lit and will show you the way, but I have something for you to do, is what Spirit, I think, is saying.
Well, I like this fact that, you know, the person has come down from the mountain now. You know, it almost seems as though that means the trail will be getting lighter as you go. Maybe what Spirit is saying, too, is you've had to endure some obstacles and some struggles along your way, but now is a time where the road is going to be smoother. And you've learned over time, you know, how much you can carry and when you need to seek other avenues for support and assistance.
Now, some Ten of Wands make the picture look more clear, like this person clearly has some burdens that they have to handle. But like I said before, a lot of these cards sort of throw a little bit extra in there. And what I see is it appears she's not overly burdened like some of the cards are. She's carrying a suitcase. She's moving. She's most likely moving towards something better. She seems to have a relaxed, confident tone. She's assisted by an animal, which is a connection to nature or spirit or strength in a way. And Kara, I just think that, like I said, Spirit has something for you to do, and it may basically involves moving you to some other area, not necessarily physically, but maybe metaphorically at least.
Yeah, and you know, again, I liked what Mr. O said in the beginning, because it almost seems like you're coming down from that mountain as if you're bringing some things back with you, which means to me, Spirit, you know, Spirit has sent you on a mission now to project something to others, to give something back to others. And, you know, and maybe, you know...
It is awesome.
Yeah, it's a great card. I like it all the way around. I just love this deck, though. This deck is so perfect for Happy Hour.
So
we don't use it all the time for Happy Hour, but when we do, it's very,
get some
very
good results.
profound.
I'm very keyed into it today. I'm not sure why, but I feel like I'm on fire.
Uh-oh. Mr. O, you're burning up. It's that yellow shirt.
Too hot, too hot.
Violet Lotus, you are up, and then Lena and Sile.
I love the deck, Angel. It is really, I'm just really vibing with it today for some reason. I'm getting a lot of extra nuance or something there. Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
But you know, I always say this, you know, and this is true about a lot of things with a lot of people. It's not just us. It's also like maybe about our relationship with our pets, that there's a reflective factor. You know, we love our pets because they really are a reflection of ourselves. And I feel like that's what happens with you guys. It's like you're a reflection of ourselves too, all of you.
Well,
we're
and
all
vice
a reflection
versa.
of each other.
I mean, I just... Here you go.
I'm feeling
Was I
the
supposed
love.
to shuffle first? I don't know,
but I'm shuffling now.
You. But whatever. All right, Violet Lotus, we got you covered.
You like the deck too, I see.
You know, and I've met so many great people on this journey, you know, that we started 2 years ago. And, like, for example, Victoria Monday on Twitter, she was talking to me recently about drinking cucumber water. And I was like, I totally forgot I had this cup which has an infuser in it. And I am drinking cucumber water today. I don't know why I stopped. It's like, that's such a perfect idea. It's got all those antioxidants that I need. All right. Another court card. This is Court Cardapalooza today.
It seems like all of you folks are really lovely people.
And Violet Lotus, could we get anything more appropriate for you?
That.
We have the Queen of Cups here. The Queen of Cups, somebody who's very empathic, somebody who's very sensitive, you know, and knows how to channel that sensitivity. I love this card too, and I love this depiction of it because also it shows, you know, here, and her reflection here below the surface, which I think is very, very cool as well. Is that what it's showing, or is it her body?
I think she's actually
below
submerged, and I sort of feel that this is
sorry.
part of that extra message I get out of it, because you don't see that with most of the Queen of Cups. She's not even necessarily touching water, like with her feet, like Temperances or something like that. So this is saying that Spirit is saying you have a deep connection with your inner self, your subconscious. Water, being submerged in water, is that metaphor for the human mind, the human spirit, the human heart. And Spirit is saying no matter what happens to you, you're always going to have that. That is really your strongest ability to be able to harmonize, but also to be able to perceive the flow of things around you. What flows near you that you want to keep flowing near you, but maybe what you want to just keep flowing away from you. You're just in charge of the emotional currents that are around you.
Well, Mr. O, you were really right about that. Yeah, she's submerged, and so in sitting, the chair is beneath.
Lena.
The chair is beneath. Yeah, we'll get to you, Lena. You will be next. The chair is beneath the water. The cup is above the water. But also, look at the crown, Mr. O. The crown is hovering above her head. It's almost as if, you know, she gets her authority from a higher place.
Well, and you know, in a way, because of the way all the rays are going, it's like just it's a higher vibration of water, i.e. the spiritual vibration of water, which would be the pure essence of emotion, perhaps.
So you are in tuned and connected with Spirit and channeling appropriately right now. I know that, you know, sometimes we struggle, like I know we've talked about that before with, you know, finding the time for this in our lives. But just know that Spirit is saying you are connected, you are in control here of your emotions, and they are, and also, like I said, I love the fact that it's above and below. It's almost as if you walk between these worlds very balanced, very balanced.
And if this doesn't sound like you at all, maybe it's about somebody who needs depends.
Depends? What? Sorry, old people humor here that I don't even understand, but anyway. We'll move on that note. Awesome card, Violet Lotus. I think perfect for you.
That was really cool. I liked it.
Liminal spaces indeed. I'm going to let you shuffle first. And It is Lena's turn. Lena, you are up, and then Sile.
All right. Yes, water is a liminal space, isn't it?
You are welcome.
You're very welcome. I hate to admit that I could probably be moving that way one of these days. Who knows? Depends.
It depends. Yeah, I'm not visioning that.
It's the perfect
future yet. All right. Let's see what we have for Lena today. Oh my goodness, Lena, what a beautiful card too. Here we have the Magician card.
It's almost in its own way a semi-reflection of the Queen of Cups.
Yeah, because these are now taking that energy from above and channeling it down into manifestation.
And you could look at that manifestation and say that encompasses all. It encompasses the four magical elements: air, water, fire, earth. All that matter there, has different vibrational qualities. So Spirit is saying you are the one who can best direct where you're going, best decide how to use your energies and resources, how to visualize, how to put your faith in something. Spirit is saying it really is always up to you. You just have to keep, your hope alive, working towards that realization and that deployment of all of this.
Not just your hope, your will. Spirit is saying right now, with handing you this Magician card, that your will is strong right now. You probably, at it. Maybe you don't feel it, but it is coming to its peak here. And what you need to now do is to manifest, to channel that energy into where you want to go next with your life. Wherever it is, you hold the key. You are the one who can make it happen. That's what Spirit is saying. You have that ability right now to make what you desire happen. So make it so.
And, there's a figure 8 turned on its side there. It looks like an 8.
Yes, infinity.
But that's considered an infinity, a Mobius loop. And so this is saying these powers are always there, and that even when you don't feel like you're in touch with them, they're there. They're just there. That's why he wears it on his head, because it's actually coming in from the head, the light all around the head, and it's moving to be manifested as the will directs. So that's what you have to keep in mind, Lena. Is, you can have good days, you can have bad days, but sometimes you just get back up on the horse and you decide, what will I be today?
Yeah. And it just seems like, your goals, your dreams, and everything right now are in your hands. So use that ability to manifest. It's yours, Spirit says. Good luck with that, Lena.
Good luck, Lena.
Sile, you are up. Hey, Mr. O, we might have time to pull a card for ourselves.
Yeah. That's always interesting when we pull a card for each other at the end of happy hour. You're welcome. You're very welcome. So we hope some of you guys will join us tomorrow afternoon. All of you. We hope all of you will join us.
Absolutely. Sundays can be kind of crazy, though, so if you definitely want in on a longer reading, do get there early.
Arrive early.
So arrive early is the best chance.
Okay, and this was for
this is for Sile.
Already. Oh, Sile, look at that. You have another court card, the Page of Pentacles. Hi, Seven Ocean. Yes, we can squeeze you in, of course.
We'll fit you in, Seven Oceans.
Page of Pentacles, Sile. Spirit is telling you to keep your eye open on what you can learn at this time, the wisdom that you can gather in. Some of this may be things you can learn on your own. Some of it could be stuff that might be shown to you in certain ways. But I think Spirit is saying this is a time for you to stabilize over what you need to know, and that it may come from varied sources, but you will see it.
Spirit might be saying to you right now, Sile, this is time to approach things with the wonder and awe of a child, and also with an open mind and an open heart, like a child would see things. This is a time for personal growth. This is a time for learning and growing, whether it's through spiritual practice, whether it's through study. This is a time maybe for learning and growing in some aspect of your life. And also this does not, this is a very material card, I will say that. But on the other hand, I could see this applying to just learning from others, learning from your interpersonal relationships, learning from what you do, your interactions with other people. In other words, reading between the lines of things, sensing them, understanding them more, listening to them. We can learn from others as well as we can learn from a book, or as we can learn from our spiritual practices in prayer.
Take a breath, Banshee.
I'm done.
Yes, we agree, Violet. It is rather interesting, and so I just think that this means that there is a lot of high energy for people to draw now. Spirit is actually there, and there's some other forums I'm in where we're talking about the bleeding over from the other world, magical spiritual energies that maybe are coming into our world.
Well, it could also indicate just the fact that this is speaking to you, people's personal natures, what's going on with their lives right now, intimately.
Another thing about this card that I think is interesting and want to point out is that look at the way they're standing there. And if you think about it, when it's in reverse, it sort of like reminds you of the Hanged Man. Only this is saying you don't necessarily have to give up something to find that wisdom. It's actually just coming to you.
Good one, Mr. O. As I said, these cards are amazing for this reading. So that's what we have for you, Sile. Good luck with that.
And Seven Ocean says they would like a reading for the week. We're going to pull a card and suggest that it could give us, that information. It's generally just a positive message. So we'll tell you if we feel that this endures for the week or how it really fits into that idea.
Right. Don't forget the show has a specific theme. So we give you a positive message from Spirit. So let's consider it your positive message from Spirit for the week ahead.
Oh, okay. Hi, Mama T.
Oh, Mama T, we'll fit you in. Sure we will. You'll be right after we do Seven Oceans here.
Yeah, that's a good thought there, Violet. I like that idea.
Yeah, I know you've been busy today, Mama T.
Yeah, you mentioned it, I think.
I think you mentioned it to me. All right.
My turn.
I know. That's why I didn't cut them. All right, so we just have Seven Oceans, Mama T, and then we'll just quickly do a card for ourselves. We'll go into just a little overtime here.
You don't have to hurry. It's all good.
All right. Okay, Seven Oceans. It's another repeat card.
Interesting.
It's the Four of Pentacles.
Okay, so I was suggesting that this Four of Pentacles, I pick up a little more information. I think this is saying conserve and purpose what you are conserving. Think about what you can do with what you are trying to hold on to. And of course, it may pertain to more than just material aspects in your life too. It could also be talking about other things.
I think that Spirit might be saying to you that what you have in your life, whether it's material well-being, whether it's physical pleasures, whether it's, a positive relationship, whatever it is you have right now in your life is, possibly more valuable to you than you realize. Value it more, recognize it more, and Spirit is saying to appreciate what you have, because that gratitude and appreciation will likely bring you more. I really feel that when I see the Four of Pentacles in a reading like this at happy hour.
That's a really good point, Banshee, because I think this is really talking about what you value, not necessarily what you covet or what you're trying to hold on to. This is about your value, and I think the only maybe point of, opposite look here is that there seems to be a sense of that there's a comfortability here. Over there, though, across the way, it looks like maybe life could be a little rougher. And so maybe it's saying whether you feel things are humble or not, value what you have, because it is really better for you at this time. The Spirit is saying what you have is good for you. It doesn't say you can't achieve more, but do value what you have now.
The more you value what you have, the more likely you will generate more. And that's what Spirit's message, I feel, is for you today, Seven Oceans. Good luck with that.
So thanks for dropping in.
Hey, Mama T, you are up.
I'm first this time.
He is first this time?
Yes, you made it in by the deadline bell.
You did fine. You did fine. I'm glad you were able to make it, because I really wasn't sure. I knew you had stuff going on today.
You're welcome, Seven Ocean Skies.
I kind of have been in and out of Twitter today. I need to get back in and do some stuff there, but I've got some plans for today. I got some serious writing projects going on here.
I need to do some writing too. I have a book I need to review and get that on the blog.
I'm hoping to do something other than a review, but really there is something else I must do first. So I've got a lot on my plate. We need to get a promo out for our yearly readings. If anybody is interested in purchasing yearly readings from us, we will have some promotions about that soon. That'll be coming on Facebook and Twitter. We'll mention it here again. But you can also check out our website, TFT, tarotfortoday.com. I will be posting a special section for that in our shop soon.
And I was looking for a screen that had that information, but it's not in this set of scenes here.
Hour.
It's actually in the regular
well, we'll get that later, Mr. O. All right, Mama T. Let's see.
I gotta clean a stovetop. I love doing that.
I need to do some laundry in the worst way possible. So today I hope to do that. What do we got? Oh.
Speak of the Hangman in our last reading, and of course it shows up in this one.
And it's not quite the same image that we're used to. This is a little bit different, but they're hanging.
So I think this is saying, Spirit is saying that...
It is the same image, but it's done differently.
It's done a little differently. Spirit, I think, is saying, hang on for the inspiration. Come for the light, but hang on for the inspiration. Hang on for the value you're going to receive by understanding how to make changes. It's not necessarily about giving up something. It just might be about making changes or being able to look at something from a different perspective. The value or the wisdom will come through when you're able to put it all together, put those moving pieces together.
And I almost think here, too, that Spirit is saying sometimes you have to kind of take steps back. You have to kind of remove yourself from a situation in a way, to be able to look at it from a higher perspective, and from a different perspective. Sometimes you need to turn your thoughts around in your head, and look at them upside down in order to make sense of everything. Because often, things aren't as they immediately appear. And so Spirit wants you to expand the way, that you look at situations in your life right now. Expand your consciousness and realize that, what's going on may be more than the feelings that are attached to the situation. And that's why Spirit is calling on you to step back, take some steps back and re-examine, things in your life.
You know what I think, Banshee?
What?
I think this card is saying, hold on to yourself while you're reaching for something else.
Okay.
Hang on. Hold on to yourself. Keep grounded. Keep, in touch with yourself as you reach for further.
I like that too, Mr. O.
I thought
That's what
you
we
would.
have for you, Mama T. Good luck with that.
So I guess it's the part of the show where we read for each other.
Yes, it is, Mr. O. So I'm going to read for you first. Sonny will monitor me here shuffling the cards.
Yeah, that was pretty nice. I hope you liked it. Thank you.
No coffee yet. Uh-oh. I knew he was going to do that.
What did you do?
You gave him that option.
What did you do? Sit down.
All right, Mr. O, your card is a repeat card. Is this not a crazy day? This is a crazy day. Mr. O got the Emperor too. This is the third time the Emperor has come up today.
3 times the charm, so I guess I'm the Emperor.
He rules in his own mind anyway. So,
what else do you want to say about that?
Well, to be serious, Mr. O, I feel you rule with a gentle touch, you know? You rule with a somewhat cavalier attitude. Not that you don't care, but that you realize that, you know, to be a ruler doesn't mean you have to be, I don't want to use this word in happy hour, but you don't have to be hard. A hard person, you know, a hard A person in order to be, you know, in charge. That you can rule with benevolence and grace, and that is what you do. And also here, you know, he's trying to make that same image of the hanged man, but not quite. It's a little bit different, isn't it?
Yes, I don't have to give up anything.
Because you rule.
Just give me a beanbag to sit on like he's got. It looks like he's sitting on a beanbag.
Let's see what the benevolent dictator, yay, Gita.
This is an outrage.
I love it. Oh, man. Or the goofy dictator, that's for sure.
Hi there.
Kenish K, okay, well, you're new here, so I'll explain what we're doing today. We're just doing a single card, a positive message from Spirit today. We'll do one for you as soon as he's done picking a card for me. We were almost at the end of the show, but we'll be glad to pull a card for you today. And if you would like a more extensive regular tarot reading, come to our regular live streams, which he's just posted the schedule up on our screen. But we'll pull a card for you today and give you a positive message from Spirit. Kanish, thank you for joining us.
And
this is my card.
This is your card, and it's a repeat card. It's the Page of Pentacles.
Oh my gosh.
The person who doesn't have to give up anything. It just comes to them. Watch for it. But this is a good card. This card says you're a visionary, a true visionary banshee. You're in touch with the world, even if it's only 1 foot at a time. And, of course, you are really looking ahead at integrating wisdom from spiritual sources with material matters.
Well, you know, what's funny about that card is I always feel like I'm starting some new learning project all the time. Buying this book, exploring chakras, exploring meditation, exploring, you know, dreams, whatever the case may be, getting more tarot knowledge. There's always something up my sleeve that I'm learning.
Violet, one would almost think that we're not really shuffling the cards.
And we are. I ruffle, he shuffles, and...
I ruffle.
Well, you do too. I know. So, I don't know what's going on here.
I guess that's what happens when you ask for spirit.
We have some days where that just happens. And you do wonder, too, if there isn't some other collective message that's going on here. That the messages that we are all receiving, you know, there's a common thread here. So I'm not going to rule that out either when synchronicities like that occur.
Kanishk, we are reading for you now.
Yep.
Thank you for coming.
Kanishk, this is your card reading. I'll shuffle for you too.
And as you can see, Kanish, if you're new, we have Kitty.
Whether we want Kitty or not, Kitty will be here.
It is pretty wild. This is a lot of repeat cards than we normally get. The only thing I could say, too, is that in our normal streams, we're switching decks, you know.
Right.
She's switching several decks. I'm switching several decks. We're all using the same deck here. I don't know why that would make it different, but...
And as I watch what I'm doing here, you know, I'm trying to be more mindful of ruffling them so it's really a good... But I don't know why that's happening.
All right.
See what we get for Knesk.
I'll let you grab it.
It's a different card.
Yay.
It's the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups is up right here. We read all the cards upright, of course, in this reading today. And so Spirit is saying, Knesk is like, you know, you may have felt some disappointments in recent times, like maybe some things had not worked out, but Spirit is reminding you of all the joy and positive energy and possibilities that remain in front of you. Not all the cups in this picture are overturned. And that's the message here is, you know, we are going to suffer losses in life, but Spirit wants you to know that you can pick yourself back up again, and you maybe they're acknowledging that you have, if this is resonating with you right now, and that, you know, you are moving forward to more opportunities that await you.
And, you know, like all the other cards in this deck, I get an extra, maybe subtle message here besides what normally I would feel for the Five of Cups. And I sort of feel like what's happening here, too, is that the person is making a conscious decision to maybe take some of that loss and recycle it back into the ground or back into the source, however you want to look at that. And so I think this is saying, this is a person, Spirit is saying, know how to deal with a sense of loss if you have it. Know how to recycle that energy and possibly use it to create more positive changes. But Spirit is saying that this is part of a cycle, that we lose things, we gain things, we grow things, we harvest things. This is the cycle of life.
Well, I like the way you said that. You see the egg there. I think you're assuming that this is an egg, and I believe it must be. What's interesting about it, though, is it could also just be, it almost looks like a whirlpool here, you know, that maybe it looks like everything has gone down into the whirlpool, but there is light there. So what that also means to me, Knesk, is that, you know, through this process of some things not working out, other things working out, we gain light, we gain insight, we gain knowledge. Nothing is ever truly lost. There is gain in every loss if we look for it. And so that's another message I feel in this card. But the card and the message from Spirit for you this time, I really feel, is to recognize the fact that there are more good, positive things in store for you.
And you know what else, too? I want to just thank everybody who's leaving us nice comments in here, helping us with the card, pointing out things.
Awesome.
We love that. This is the kind of place where we absolutely encourage people to share their own thoughts or feelings about what we're saying or about what we see, because
everybody supports each other in our chats, which I really, really think is wonderful. And I can't thank you guys enough for being just so good.
Tarot together.
In a way, yes, it is. So, that, I guess, concludes our show for today. I want to thank everybody, all the new people who came today, and our regulars, everybody, for coming and joining us, and making this truly a happy hour. So, take care, everybody. I hope to see you at our live stream tomorrow, and we'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.